Hey everyone, welcome back to Rob and Gallagher's Vinyl Reviews. Today we're going to go over Pink Floyd's The Wall, which did have a sticker on it which was there, but over time it sort of peeled off. Now, I'll tell you right off the bat, this album has an amazing gatefold with artwork from the film, and it's a 10 out of 10. Already it's just 10 out of 10. Now, the sleeves for this album have this really nice not acrylic, what do you call it? When all the letters connect, I don't know what the word is, but I can't read it to be honest with you. I'll try and get it to focus, but I can't read it. It doesn't save my life. So the records themselves, I was listening to it before I filmed it, so I've already got it out, but have the nice artwork on it. Upside down. And then, if you have a look, the teacher is on this side. I can't believe how good this album is, you know. It really blew me away. And the film, which I'll talk about. And then, don't drop it. And you got the doll on that side, you can see. And then you got the judge, or the court marshal, whatever you call them, on that side. So, Pink Floyd's The Wall is a masterpiece. It starts off with the song In the Flesh, which has one of the best guitar riffs ever. That explosive da-na. I won't sing it, but that explosive guitar intro is just brilliant. Absolutely amazing. And I love the thin ice as well, with the plane sound effect, which I believe is the mum, because the mum is a helicopter parent in the story. And it's just such a great opening track to an album. So then the thin ice sort of fades and, what's the word? I'm so bad. It sort of fades and bleeds, that's the word. It bleeds into the song Another Brick in the Wall, which everyone knows and loves. But it starts with part one. Part one is this really slow, sort of building up melodic. And I believe it's David Gilmour's vocals. No, I don't think so. I think it's all Roger on this album. They're just really low down on the mix. And you've just got that really awesome bass line the song has. It sort of builds up. And then The Happiest Days of Our Lives with A Brick in the Wall, part 2, which, Professional, which is obviously one of Pink Floyd's most famous songs, if not their most famous song. And that song is brilliant. I love the guitar and bass line riffs used in the song. And it's got a disco vibe to it, even though disco was out the window at that point. And an interesting fact I know is that originally the children choir wasn't in the song because they didn't. Roger and David didn't really have any ideas to continue the song. And then I think it's one of the co-producers on the album, or someone, suggested they should have the children sing the chorus. And when Roger and David heard the children on the chorus, they absolutely loved it. You know, and that's just great. It's one of those little tidbits. And that sort of bleeds into this, it sounds like a phone from the period, into a song called Mother. Now, Mother is an absolutely beautiful song. The movie version, in my opinion, is better. The movie. No, we'll talk about the movie in a minute. I'm getting distracted. Mother is a really great track. Absolutely superb song. I love the lyrics about Mother, should I build the wall? And Mother, should I trust the government? And it's just he's asking his mum all these things. You know, he's trying to trust his mother. And the last lyric to the song is, Mother, why did it have to be so high? Referencing the wall around him, built by his mother, which It's just amazing, you know. And then that leads into Goodbye Blue Sky, which again is better on the film, to be honest with you. But, you know, Goodbye Blue Sky is about fascism, and the movie has a great sort of cutscene or animation for it, where this big sort of monster towers over this British city, and then it spits out the Luftwaffe planes, and then they start bombing, and I can't do it justice explaining it to you. It's just this really beautiful graphic that goes with the song, so I would definitely check that out. Then that goes into Empty Spaces. Now, Empty Spaces is a really good song, but the film version, there's a song called What Should We Do Now, which is a much better song. It was cut out of the album due to time restraints, but with the movie there wasn't any time restraints, so instead on the album we got Empty Spaces, which is still superb. You know, it's a great track, and I love the contrast between Empty Spaces and Young Lust, the way it sort of goes into and then the guitar sort of kicks in. Empty Spaces is amazing. No, I'm getting confused now. Young Lust has a really great guitar work in it, instrumentation, and I believe David Gilmour handles vocals on this song. Just amazing, you know. Then you've got One of My Turns, which is a great song. It starts off really acoustic and just like an acoustic ballad, and then it sort of kicks in when he gets angry and smashes the room apart, and just he wrecks the room. If you watch the movie, he just destroys the room. It's brilliant, and I love the contrast between, you know, the first half of the song, the way it sort of transitions into this almost harder rock song, and then that bleeds into Don't Leave Me Now, which is a really beautiful song. You know, pretty much begging his girlfriend, or I believe it's his wife, not to leave him, not to run away. And then that bleeds into Another Brick in the Wall, Part 3, which takes the same sort of bass line and rock, you know, theme with Part 2 and 1, but turns it into a punk rock song, into a heavy, almost Deep Purple, like heavy rock song. And it is brilliant. And I love the lyrics on this track where he's saying, you know, I don't need these drugs. I don't need your help. I can do this on my own. Just swear it off. You know, and then that bleeds into Goodbye Cruel World, which is a very lovely ballad about just shutting the world out. I thought it was about suicide, and it definitely sounds like it's about suicide, but it's not. He's just finishing the wall around him and cutting everyone out, isolating himself, if you will. Bloody fireworks. I do have a Pink Floyd The Wall t-shirt, but sadly I've not got it on. Green Day today. So then that bleeds, that doesn't, but then we go on to Hey You. Hey You is one of the best Pink Floyd songs, and it's not in the film, but I love the lyrics again on this track. Roger Waters is an amazing lyricist. Hey You blows my mind, seriously. I love the lyrics about letting the worms into your head and becoming this sort of puppet to the worms, and how being together is the only way we're going to get through this. Well, it's together we stand, divided we fall. Don't tell me there's no hope at all. Just amazing. Then that sort of bleeds into one of my favourite songs on the album, Is There Anybody Out There? And that it just asks this question, is there anybody out there? It's so melodic and just so beautiful in the way that Roger sings it, with it's just the vocals at the start, and then it leads into this beautiful acoustic guitar track moment, which is amazing, you know. Really, really superb, that song. And highly underrated. And then that bleeds into Nobody Home, which again, it's just so amazing. The lyrics about having a black book with my poems in, and this whole idea of having the family life, but your parents don't really care about you. That's what the song, you can try and catch them on the phone, but nobody's home. And that bleeds into Vera, which is a song. Roger Waters' dad sadly passed away in the war, and Vera was a popular singer in the 40s who she sang a song. I can't remember what the song's called, but the song is about the boys coming back home. But Vera sung the song in the way that all the boys were coming back home. So the Pink Floyd song Vera is asking that 40s singer, where's my dad? Why hasn't my dad come home? It's just beautiful. Oh, go away, phone. Go away, I'm filming. It's just amazing, Really touching song, which bleeds into this sort of opera track with Bring the Boys Back Home, which is a very beautiful, I love it. And then, of course, I love the contrast. This is my favourite bit on the album, is when Bring the Boys Back Home ends, and it sort of just fades away into a it's time to go, it's time to go. And you've got Comfortably Numb. I mean, what can I say about Comfortably Numb? One of the greatest rock songs of all time. The lyrics, now Roger Waters says it's about having a flu, and if you watch the film, it is about having a flu and being forced to get well, to get better. But the lyrics about, the childish dreams are gone, and now I'm an adult, I'm comfortably numb. I can't feel anything, just amazing. And David Gilmour's guitar solo, my God, when I first heard Comfortably Numb, it's like, Jesus, this is brilliant. David Gilmour's guitar solo in that song is one of the greatest moments in music history, easily. How can anyone hate Comfortably Numb? I know it gets played a lot on the radio, but it's so good. It's amazing. So that ends side 3, and then we move on to The Show Must Go On, which has a really great lyric about, I didn't mean to sell them my soul, is it too late, and can I get it back? And that bleeds into In the Flesh, which has the same kick-ass guitar riff as the first song. And I love the way that Pink sings it in the film, which Pink is played by, what is his name? He was in the Boomtown Rats, and I'm kicking myself. No, I can't remember what his name. Bob Geldof. Bob Geldof plays Pink in the Wall film, and that song is amazing, In the Flesh. But he's not on the album version. That's Roger Waters. And then Run Like Hell, which has again, guitar work is brilliant. The way it sounds like a marching army is coming after you, and it's the angry lyrics about having to hide your car if you want to have sex with your girlfriend in it. And that's as much as I'll say, because you need to watch the film. Then you got Waiting for the Worms, which is amazing. I love the idea of the worms getting into your head and controlling you and making you, a puppet to their fascist ideologies, which the amount of themes and lyrical content in this album and the film, I can't, portray it to you well enough. You seriously need to watch it for yourself. That bleeds into Stop. Stop is a really great song. It's quite short, but it's, he's now about to be put on trial, which then leads us to the trial. The Trials chorus is amazing. I like the idea of someone's taken my marbles away. There's toys in the attic. There's problems in the head, you know, and how you're being put on trial for having feelings of an almost human nature. And all the different characters come back. Roger Waters is really good at singing in these different characters' voices. You know, it's amazing. And then that bleeds into Outside the Wall, which is a lovely closing track. Outside the Wall ends with a Is This Where? And then the first track has Come In, because they were recorded and then split in half to sort of bookmark the album. But the film, if you've never seen the film, go and watch the film, because the film is amazing as well. And some of the songs are better on the film, especially Outside the Wall. Outside the Wall on the film is, I think it's twice as long and has a lot more orchestral instrumentation to it. It's brilliant. But yeah, I mean, I won't ramble on that much longer. Pink Floyd's The Wall, 10 out of 10. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, thanks for watching. I'm Robin Gallagher, and I'll see you on the B-side.